The 2026 Green Bay Packers schedule just dropped, so let's take a look. We're going to open our season on the road in Minnesota against Kyler Murray and the Minnesota Vikings. Week 2, we're on the road and facing off against the New York Jets and Geno Smith. And in Week 3, we finally have our first home game of the season, and we host Tua Tagovailoa and the Atlanta Falcons. Week 4, we're back on the road again in Tampa Bay against Baker and the Buccaneers. So our first 4 games of the season are pretty favorable, and we're going to be doing it without Micah Parsons. Tell me we have Minnesota, the Jets, the Falcons, and the Bucs while Micah's out? You gotta be kidding me. But now, this is when we get into the thick of the schedule. 4:30, Week 5, we host the Chicago Bears in a heated rematch of the NFC wildcard game. This also looks like it's gonna be the Micah Parsons return game, and what a great opportunity for Micah. We all know how badly Micah Parsons wants to get after Caleb Williams, and he's gonna have every opportunity he needs to in Week 5. That crowd pop when Micah makes his return is gonna be electric. It might break the Richter scale. In Week 6, we got our first Sunday Night Football game of the season, and we're hosting the Dallas Cowboys. Last season, we tied with them in a 40-40 matchup that went to overtime. Then in Week 7, we're back on the road in Detroit against the Detroit Lions and Jared Goff. Last year, we swept the Lions and it felt pretty damn good, so I'm hoping we can replicate that this season. Then in Week 8, we got our second Thursday Night Football game of the year against the Carolina Panthers. We lost to the Panthers last season. Tucker Kraft tore his ACL in that matchup, so it's going to be a Tucker Kraft revenge game. I'll be in attendance for this game. I'm very excited. Tickets are already booked. Let's fucking go. Now we're back on the road in Week 9 against the AFC champion New England Patriots. And in Week 10, we're back at home against the Vikings in our second matchup of the season against Minnesota. In Week 11, we have our bye, and this could bode well going into the later stretch of the season. It was announced early that we're going to be playing in the first ever Thanksgiving Eve game on the road in Los Angeles against the Rams. That's what's going down. Wednesday night before Thanksgiving, Green Bay Packers going to SoFi Stadium to face off against the reigning MVP Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams. Week 13, we're on the road in New Orleans against the Saints and Tyler Shuck. Week 14, we have Sunday Night Football at home in Lambeau Field against Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. This has got to be one of the most highly anticipated matches of the season for the Packers. Josh Allen versus Jordan Love. It has not happened yet, barring injury. This will be the first time we'll see that happen. Then in Week 15, 5 days before Christmas when it's nice and cold, we host the Miami Dolphins and Malik Willis. And then short week, 5 days later, Week 16 on Christmas Day at 1 o'clock, we go to Chicago and we're facing the Chicago Bears. Caleb Williams versus Jordan Love. Matt LaFleur versus Ben Johnson. The list goes on and on. Packers versus Bears on Christmas Day. It's gonna be a good one if we win. The NFL really saw the Packers-Bears rivalry as an opportunity to ruin my holidays, and I'm not a fucking fan of it. Week 17, we have our first Monday Night Football game of the year against the Houston Texans at home in Lambeau Field. And then in Week 18, we're home again against the Detroit